The last March card out of nowhere gave us some absolute heat. We're talking a stack of brutal finishes, liters of blood, tears from OG veterans, and Israel Adesanya out here single-handedly cranking up the legendary status of the arena. Plus, they finally inducted Mighty Mouse into the Hall of Fame. Long story short, it was an insane card, and it's 100% worth talking about. What's up, guys? Combat Cult MMA here. Let's break down this banger of a tournament we watched this morning. It looked like a run-of-the-mill fight night, but they delivered some seriously top-tier content. You probably haven't even had time to order your food yet, because this review is coming at you so fast. So grab whatever's in the fridge, or if you already got your delivery, bon appetit, you legend. Let's get into it. The prelims started off pretty mid, like a low-budget remake of that legendary mayo and asparagus fight. But then, things started heating up. First, Ricky Simon and Adrian Yanez got into a real scrap that ended in a majority draw. Simon took the first two, but Yanez absolutely dominated the third, 10-8 style. So, a draw feels about right. The finish fest really kicked off with the third fight. Navajo Sterling spent forever beating the brakes off Bruno Lopez before finally finishing him with some nasty ground and pound. And if you decided to nap during the second women's bout, you messed up big time. These ladies brought the fire. The American caught the Brazilian with a massive left hook, rocked her, swarmed her against the fence, and just unloaded. The Brazilian tried to stay up, but eventually it was lights out. Chase Hooper spent half a round trying to tenderize his opponent's midsection with front kicks, but then he ate an elbow out of nowhere and followed it up with some vicious knees straight to the dome. Lance Gibson Jr., after a rough debut, finally secures the win with a flashy finish, making it 1-1 in the UFC. We had a little speed bump with Marcin Tybura versus Tyrell Fortune. The heavyweights didn't exactly put on a clinic, but Bruce Buffer decided to spice things up. The veteran announcer came out and caused total chaos. First, he announced Tybura as the winner, but as Fortune was already halfway out of the arena, Buffer ran back into the cage to announce that Fortune actually won. Well, at least old Marcin got a few seconds of pure joy. In the prelim headliner, we got some straight-up primal violence. Tofik Musayev and Ignacio Bahamondes delivered the fight of the night. They painted the octagon red. Bahamondes lost liters of blood, even though it started well for him. He took the first round, and at the start of the second, bam, a beautiful counter left landed flush on Musayev's chin. Musayev is hurt bad, but he survives. Then, like a switch flipped, Musayev turns the tables, takes Bahamondes down, and starts raining hell with ground and pound, making him leak an insane amount of blood. Musayev was literally on death's door at the start of the round, but he ended up taking that frame 10-8 on one judge's scorecard and secured the win. Uncle Dana loved the carnage and gave them both that fight of the night bonus. The main card opened with our favorite, Terrence McKinney. Honestly, it doesn't even matter who he was fighting. McKinney stole the spotlight. He just blitzed forward and deleted the guy. Look at this. A high kick through the guard, Nelson drops, covers up in pure terror, and McKinney just swarms him until the ref jumps in. A 24-second knockout, he just went out there and erased him. Honestly, it was probably less than 24 seconds, but Herb Dean took his sweet time stopping it, so McKinney got to land about 200 extra hammer fists. Terrence McKinney is always consistent. Either he kills you or you kill him. The guy's been fighting for 10 years, 26 pro fights, and not a single decision. Almost all his fights end in the first round. McKinney, you're a legend. Next up, we had the undefeated prospect Mansour Abdulmalik against the newcomer Yusri Belgarui, who back in the day fought guys like ADESANYA and Poatan. Mansour tried his classic blitz at the start, but Belgarui was a tough nut to crack. He kept his distance, used his footwork, checked him with hooks, and landed knees to the head. Mansour couldn't get anything going. Belgarui was more precise, showing the levels in striking. At the end of the second, Belgarui actually drops him and almost finishes it, but the bell saves him. Mansour was gassed out of his mind. In the third, Belgarui starts fading too, but he finds enough power for one final shot. Bam! A perfect knee to the dome. Lights out. KO. Yusri Belgarui just exploded into the UFC with a beautiful third-round KO. This guy is a beast, especially with Poatan in his corner. Don't skip his fights. Julian Erosa has left and rejoined the UFC more times than your hottest friend's ex, But this third run is actually going great. He's 8-4 in his last 12 and feeling himself. His opponent was the Brazilian debutant Lerone Douglas, a scary knockout artist, fast, explosive, with heavy hands. Erosa felt that power immediately. From the jump, Douglas started tagging him hard. Erosa was getting peppered with jabs straight to the face. Douglas rocked him multiple times, but then Douglas lands another stiff jab, follows up with a flurry, and just finishes him in the first. What a way to enter the UFC. The fans love this stuff. Our respected Michael Chiesa went out there and just handled business in his retirement fight. A rear naked choke, just like that. No nonsense. Nico Price actually tried to out-wrestle him but ended up with a high-level backpack on his shoulders. Price tried to roll out, but Chiesa stayed glued to his back and locked it up. A true legend ending it like a gangster. 4 wins in a row, 3 finishes. The man is just hitting his prime and he's retiring? Well, much respect to him. If you went to make tea during the co-main event, you missed some wild content. Though maybe it's for the best because this wasn't for the faint of heart. Midway through the first, Grasso lands, bam, a straight left right to the jaw. Barber folds like a lawn chair, and instead of following up with strikes, Alexa locks in a choke instantly. Like zero latency, just pure instinct. Poor Macy didn't even have a chance to resist. Afterwards, she was just laying on the canvas like a corpse, eyes open, staring into the void. It was terrifying. One of the KOs of the year, easily. And finally, the main course. Our favorite anime fan versus Dana White's favorite white boy. After such a banger main card, we were all hoping Israel Adesanya would keep the momentum going instead of his usual 25-minute leg kick routine. Naturally, we were expecting a masterclass from Stylebender, but it felt like high time for Izzy to get a win. I mean, he wasn't facing some elite world destroyer, just a heavy-handed puncher ranked number 14. But I guess now isn't the time. It's hard to even analyze this because Prime Izzy wouldn't have even felt an opponent like this. Today's Adesanya is eating these slow, telegraphed 1-2s from Joe Pyfer and, for some reason, trying to show off his wrestling. Actually, Izzy took the first round, but in the second, he just started brawling. He pushed forward, ate some counters, and then just backed himself up against the cage. Pyfer smelled blood, took Israel down, and the anime kid clearly didn't want to be there. Pyfer flattened him out and just smashed him to hell. It's over. Joe Pyfer KOs Israel Adesanya. Izzy is now 1-5 in his last 6 fights, 4 losses in a row. The legend is officially done. Israel, though, says he's still a lion. Like, bro, did you not see what we just saw? Adesanya isn't a hungry lion anymore. He's more like a pampered house cat. With that kind of motivation, there's nothing left for him in the UFC but more L's. Unless he fights Rainier de Ridder, but even then, a win isn't guaranteed. How do you just throw the fight away in the second round? Anyway, that was the event. Let me know in the comments. Have you been a Pyfer fan since day one? How many tissues did you go through crying over the anime kid's loss? It was a banger fight night. Subscribe to the channel. This was Combat Cult MMA.
Yo! Combat Code! MMA is back in the building. Forget the delivery. Grab your burritos and some extra hot wings. We're talking blood, sweat, and some real legendary championship shit. Let's go! Saturday night and the lights are glowing. Dana's in the back and the money is flowing. The ball boss promised the White House show, but all we got is heavyweights moving real slow. I'm on the couch watching the main card. Why is making weight so freaking hard? Adesanya's out here looking like a pro, but Joe Pyfer's hands are ready to go. It's the Combat Cult. We're obsessed with the cage, watching ground game so freaking hard. Herb Dean's waiting, looking at the clock while someone's getting kicked straight into pausa. Wait! 100K respect points to the ref. The crowd is going wild. They're going down. 3 Codys on the card. Is this a glitch? One's got fast hands, the other's in a ditch. Is he still a lion or a pampered house cat? He's getting taken down, laying flat on the mat. Get your tissues ready, wipe away the tears. The anime kid is facing all his fears. 1-5 in his last 6, that's a tough pill. But the combat call is hungry for the thrill. It's the combat call, we're obsessed with the cage. Watching sweaty dudes on a global stage. From the BJJ mats to the octagon floor, we're screaming Dana, give us some more. Leg locks, head kicks, and a broken nose. That's just how a regular Saturday goes. Yeah! So subscribe to the channel, hit the like button too. CombatCultMMA is coming for you. Eat your wings, keep the vibes real high. We'll see you next time. Until the legends die!